near me, you gotta be filled with the Holy Spirit. Now, I ain't just doing this because I'm on record. See, I do it to get the people enjoy themselves so they can have the steam in them. You got to be a presented person in God. When you know that you are not doing right, you got to do right. When you're not doing wrong, when you're doing wrong, you got to know when you about to fix it and do right. Because the Lord don't change yourself. You have to change yourself to get the blessing. See, you gotta go to church. There's one way of being godly and one way of being the devil. See, which one would you rather? Would you rather try going to hell or would you rather go above? See, I'm coming from the style of Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Why do we want? And we already have what we need because of the Lord. Yea, I walk through the valley of shadow of death. I will fear no evil.
There are three angels named in the Bible: Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer. Two of them are still in place. One is not. Jesus said one of them fell like lightning. He saw Satan fall like lightning. He had instruments on the inside of him. He could sing better than everybody you know put together. But instead of the worship coming through him, he wanted it to come to him. So God had to kick him out, because nobody can handle worship but the living God. And nobody is worthy of worship but the living God. The reason why the enemy hates you so much is because you and I get to worship God out of choice. He failed once and got kicked out. We fail all the time, and he still wants to hear from us.
How you doing? Welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. We back. Please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. The word is growing real big. We love what's going on over here at the Dr. Crip Show. We trying to save the lives, and we want to end the sickness. So we also have super chat right now. Something offered from YouTube where if you want to be a special guest of mine, you pay a little fee. I believe it's $2.99. It should be available right now. YouTube like the way we growing. They got big hopes for us in 2024. They always sending me little shots and emails and all kind of stuff. Let me know how to improve the show and do more, because this is something that people want to see. It ain't just me. See, I told you, this is not me. This is God orchestrating all this. So this is the year where we're about to let all the Bloods and Crips know that we are coming. We're not putting no more. We challenging all the Bloods and the Crips just to stop putting people on your hood. No more. We don't want to hear when you got put on this year. No more. Do not put no one else on another hood. We don't want no 2024 gang members. Nowhere. Oh, you don't want to get put on over here? Well, we're going to go over here to these dudes and see, hey, man, can we get put on? Nah, man, ain't no more. Let that resonate. Ain't no more. No more in 2024. You feel me? It's Black Progress. United we stand. That's the new thing that's going on around here, man. Black Progress, united we stand. So look, it's 2024, and it's still fan questions. I'm answering fan questions also. Let me go look at some of this stuff right here to pull up some of the stuff. But some of the questions that I see, I'm like, wow, that is a trip. How people remember, recognize, and understand what's going on out here, man. So I know one of the statements, I believe it was a comment from a fan that said, man, what you was doing in intervention, you was one of the real ones, this and that, so in 2024, man, what we want to do is the new gang interventionist that's out here, that's getting the money, that's all that, it's kind of hard, but some people got track records over 20-something years. Some maybe in, out, going to jail, falling off here and there, stuff like that, though. But I pretty much, when I was on the street, I got a full 25 straight up and down gang intervention. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to listen to other people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to gang intervention, because when I started, I didn't start at a low level. I started at a high level. I was a low person in my sickness, but I started at a high level. So my sickness was at that high level. So that thinking, whatever I was doing, was at that level. So my intervention comes straight in high. One being Tom Hayden, rest in peace. God bless him. Chicago 7, the movie. Go check it out. It's called The Chicago 7. With a character in there named Tom Hayden. Used to be the senator of California. If you don't know, he came to court for me. God bless his soul and his family, everybody. Troy, his son Troy. But he came to court. He came to court for me, and it changed everything. I got out. I was supposed to go to prison for 5 years. Now, the average person hearing that is like, yeah, right. That nigga Lord. See, that's what. Shut up. This is God's truth. He lays stuff out like that. If you that guy, I just happen to be that guy. Boom, instantly. And that was the beginning of my gang intervention. Boom, just like that. You got a senator. And that broke the camel's back where I was riding on it. Now I'm riding the gang intervention. So Unity 1, when I met Bo, you know, it was the homie Space Ghost that introduced me to Bo. My homie, my big homie Space Ghost. That a whole lot of people don't like for whatever reason. But I'm off the list and he my friend. He introduced me to Bo Taylor from Unity 1. And from then, it just kind of blossomed into something else. And Bo took my spirit and my personality and my wisdom that I didn't know I had at that time, and he increased it tenfold and made who you see to this day with in my sickness, but pulling out the stuff that's going to help cure my sickness, that can help me manage my sickness so I can live a long, healthy life. That was Unity 1. So to all the gang interventions out there, man, that's one of the hardest things to do. And me personally, see, when I was at Unity 1, I was more the security dude for Unity 1. You couldn't really come to the table, you know, because if you from Inglewood family, Hoover, or any of that, I gotta know that. I have to understand that, you know. And if I didn't know who you was, or I asked you, do you know who this person is? And you know, 9 out of 10, you ain't coming, you know. But that's the kind of love that we created, you know, and we created jobs in those neighborhoods. You know, we created a lot of jobs in a lot of people's neighborhoods. So that helped us out. Now, some of the things that's going on right now with the gang interventionists, they tend to be getting a little bit younger and younger. Now, the problem is with that is I don't want to give no money to nobody that's active gangbanging, whoop, this and that. Well, I was actively gangbanging when I was in Unity 1. I just did it a different way. And I had God on my side. So when I did something stupid, you know, but I try to cover all my bases. And I kept it, you know, hush, hush. So, you know, what's going on right now is like a lot of these, with this generation of the youth of what the age I was, but the time that we living in is not adding up for them. So these young dudes are now trying to take control of the gang intervention. And it's causing a problem because it's just a check to them. And it's right now. We want whatever right now. They nobody is believing in a year from now, 6 months from now, building a curriculum, a program. Young youth not focused on attending programs, whatever, unless you're giving them that $25 a week stipend, that $30 a week stipend, stuff like that out of your budget. See, Unity One, we never believed in the nonprofit system because we already was seeing how people was abusing the system with the government and it was getting caught up. So we stayed away from that. But what we did was, hey, you got a nonprofit? Okay, we can bring money to that nonprofit. And that's the way we ate all day. And we had all kind of people we can help and all kind of people we can send that energy to and to create a synergy and all that other stuff. That's what we were good at. So I took that in 2014, 2013, back home to the 90s where I had calmed down and, somebody who wanted to be in gang intervention, one of my homies, one of these people getting out of prison, so because that's what you got. You got the young homies on the street and you got the people getting out of prison. Those are some kind of like interventionists now, and they're kind of bumping heads because it's like a fight for the check and a fight for the all the while the young ones are losing because you don't have any programs. You're not creating anything. Giving away food don't mean nothing. That's feeding the needy in the community. But if you're trying to stop people from gang banging, you have to change their outlook on stuff. You can't do that by just feeding them and all that. It don't cut it like that. So you got to have a program, a curriculum. I tell you something. A famous entertainer, he was coming to a neighborhood in the neighborhood car, and the neighborhood, they had asked me because they knew what was cracking with me in the Unity One stuff, and they asked my opinion, and I said, listen, man, you can't keep having that dude come to the hood. After a while, coming to the hood, standing on the block, that ain't going. You got to have a curriculum and an office. Then you could get that dude to come here, but you can't keep asking him to come stand on the block and try to talk to him about business and what you're trying to do. Nah, man, you got to bring that dude to your office. Then you got to sit down and show him a curriculum. You can't just talk to this celebrity about that, man. So I help, do a lot with a lot of organizations, and it's not like that anymore. So we got a few organizations out there that's trying to make a difference, a dent or whatnot. But the new system of whatever it is, maybe the grid system, I'm not too sure. It was saying, so you got to understand this. What you hearing now, grid, Safe Passage, LA Bridges, all those names are different, but the program is still the same. And guess who was there to help write the original program after it was changed? That Connie Rice, the one that Connie Rice changed. Now, she could say whatever she wants. I don't know what her claim to fame is, or if you know who Connie Rice is, look her up. But guess where she got that introduction, and guess where she got them ideas, and guess where she got those notes, and guess where she got where to go, who to talk to, and what to do from? Unity One, Bo Taylor, your boy, Dr. Crip, Professor Damu, Rocky 20s, Sight, Schoolyard, Big Bob, Harlem, Sea Dog, Harlem. You feel me? I can go on and on. The Swans, Fats, Biggie. Those was the notes of the people she was getting all that from when she rewrote this whole thing back then. that changed names and all that. I'm a part of that board. So you can't not erase me. Dominique the Prima. I asked her. You can't erase me out of that because I'm part of that board. So the gang intervention is blessed in me through God. It's not coming from the street. It's ordained. So I'm different. I don't function the same way everybody do. You know, that's why I'm not up with the programs and all that. You should have been, maybe you should, you could say that, but you can only do what's right because see, I'm not going to mess no money up at the state. If I'm getting money from the state, I'm not going to go buy a lowrider. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go buy 9.5. I'm not going to go do that. I'm going to do what I was supposed to do with the kids. So I do it anyway. I just make the homies come together and do it. That was my only thing. And outside philanthropists and sponsors and volunteers. But that's the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take that money from the state, you obligate it to the state. They're going to want to know. They're going to be in your business. You have to answer the questions. They want to know stuff. So when the stuff like the snitching and all that type of stuff come up, me, myself, you can't find my name on grid or none of that. Because I haven't signed any contracts with that. Now, I may have been contracted out through them on something here and there over the last 20 years or so. But far as me in the 90s being part of the grid program through me, no, I've never done that. Is it over there? Yes, it's over there. Was I a part of that? No, because I don't rely on checks from people. Then they tell you, this is the last check for this semester for this. And then, man, you gotta wait to June, man, until they renegotiate the contract. All that time, I don't get down like that. I make the homies. That's what I do. Hey, man, listen, we're doing Father's Day, Mother's Day, all this. Okay, Nut, well, yeah, that's what we doing. Kick in. You, all you young, y'all don't got nothing. Y'all just gonna be in the park, so what y'all do is just go over there, help me move this, do that, everybody play a part somewhere. But the gang intervention is right now, I don't know. It's kind of tricky for them, because the write-ups, you got loose cannons writing everything, talking about the snitching and all that. It's not necessarily snitching. Nobody is snitching, but you do have the new community pimp gang members. And it's hard to detect the ones that's really doing it and the ones that ain't, and making it hard for the ones that's really out here doing it. And of course, social media is going to play a part in it. You can see it with the eyes, who doing what, whatever. But for 10 years at Jesse Owens, you ain't gotta actually go. I ran everything straight up, and with the help of my homies, because I told my homies I cannot do nothing alone. That's it. You got to have my back. I got to have yours. That's it. If we can't do it like that, it's not going to work. And maybe that's why it's not working now. I don't know who then took my spot, but somebody should have took my spot by now. And it's supposed to be a lot going on. But that don't mean your boy stop, because 2024, this is our year. We got the programs coming for the kids. We got the educational ride. Go check it out on drcrip.com. Sign up where you can get you some information about the educational ride, where we want to take these kids on field trips, not just one time a year and all that. Every month, we want a bus going out to a new educational facility of a museum of knowledge where kids can learn on the trip to the museum, in the museum, on the way back from the museum, on the way to the restaurant where we feed them, to the hour where we drop them back off with their parents. We want everything to be educational. There should never be no fun time. So what? Oh, you got nothing. No, you make fun in education. You make the education fun. Incentives, stipends. That's what we talking about. So I just want to let everybody know we got that going on. That's coming this year. You know, we uh and like I said with the gang interventionists, I did tell my boy though, I'm gonna blast it, I'm gonna put his name out there. My boy Taco. I did tell him, I said, Taco, we need a place only where we can go. You feel me? The gang interventionists, because we lost so many gang interventionists that was righteous out here. They legacies have just went down with them, you know. But this Karen Bass, somebody need to go press her for the real gang interventionist that's out here currently right now, that's doing work, that have done work in the past over the past 20, 25 years. We need to have a uh, a symbolic place somewhere in Los Angeles, where the building has pictures of everybody, and it's just a place of worship where they family can go and just walk, sit down, you know, talk, stand by the picture if they deceased, um, and look, you know, with little bios of people, with the work that they did, because we got too many people, man. Vicky Lindsay, Sea Dog from Harlem, uh, 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 the homie. I'm sorry, I forget it, but y'all know who I'm talking about. He stopped him from writing the gang graffiti on the wall. Been down with Unity One a long time ago. Got killed behind it. You know, just lost his life tragically. We got homies from Compton. They names are just known, even from Watts. That started the riots, you know, the peace riots that was part of it with Maxine Waters and all of them. Just people who have lost their life that we know, that put their life in arm's way to help people and move life forward. Like me, I got shot 6 times by this young weirdo dude. Now, if you would have killed me in Jesse Owens Park, where this is my home that I've been way before you even got here. So please don't say it's behind some snitching and all this other. Go, man, go. You better go do your homework, child, please. If somebody paid you to do that, that lets you know where your life is headed, you know, because I'm not dead, you know, and I know, we know what happened that night, you know. So in them other 4 cars, the little homies that was witnessed, and they big homie, like, he ain't going out like that. He need to dump this dude out, you know. But what if I would have got killed? You know, my family, of course, they would have mourned and this and that, but all this work that you done in these neighborhoods is where it go. At least give us some type of symbolic building where we can go, where our families can come, and you know, it's just, you know, it's open. Okay, it's open and closes or whatever, but during the day and night we can come, you can walk through, and it's just pictures on the wall. That's it. Everywhere you go, it's just a shrine of community activists, gang interventionists. This is a hard job, man. Look at what they go through. Look at what we doing, man. Look at what we doing. Look at the line that we have to cross. Look at what we have to try to do. You know, my mind is elevated to move forward. That's because that's the type of thinking that I do. It's elevated wisdom, and it don't come from me. It come from up above. I just spit it out like it's gold and platinum. And I like we organized me and Professor Don Moo, we organized the first ever Bloods and Crips voting, which now it really, Black people all need to be together somewhere when this voting thing happened, because we need to see what's going to happen and let people know if we don't go vote. Now, hey, is the voting because you Black still in? Because I don't know, because, you know, I voted for some people because they was Black. I don't necessarily know if you helped me or not. I don't have that feeling. I'm not politically, you know, correct with stuff, and religiously correct. but I got a feeling, I know, I understand. I got a family member that I can ask about it. That's going to give me the word. That's going to give me the correct knowledge and information about a law passed or whatever. That's why I said I always have a team. So, but that's something that I think that maybe the first time in history, black people should not take place in voting. If it's not, if we have to keep certain people in office, then yeah, you people go vote for that person. But when it comes, I'm saying when it comes to this president thing, let's not just vote and just see what happened. Like, nah, we ain't going to the polls. All the black people need to go black somewhere. Go somewhere, you know. Where everybody is not voting, like, no, we ain't voting in that. And let's just see what our vote mean to everybody. So we know, oh, so you need our vote, huh? So it don't matter who wins. If you think you're gonna get another 4 years, guess what? You're wrong. Because if we don't vote, I mean, it seems like the other people can handle the guy for the blonde hair. He don't need our vote. I'm just saying, let's just see what it do. But as a gang interventionist, you know, that's a hard job for the homies out there that's really out there trying to do stuff, because you got to worry about the negativity in the drawback of what's going to happen. So that's why you have to be careful when you signing your name on stuff and what program you part of, because you better read the fine print on this stuff. Because you don't want to be labeled as a snitch, or, you help sell the homie out, because those reports have to be filled out. If you have a city contract, a state city contract, those reports have to be filled out when it's a violent act or something occur of violence in your community. And if it's treated as gang or whatever, you have to write a report about it. So what are you writing in those reports? Be careful how you labeling stuff. And, you got to know that language of what not to say, what not to do, and what to sign, what not to sign. Because I personally, I don't think out of all the gang interventionists that I've known over the last 20, 25 years that had contracts, none of them had a snitch jacket. What some of them did have is losing the stronghold they had with their homies. That's how people end up getting killed. So that what happened first. You lose the stronghold with your homie before you become a snitch. So because you wouldn't be the front face and getting the money, and because you have to pull everything together all the time. So I think that's kind of difficult to pull out without that being known to the people. So you gotta be careful just of what you're doing, what you're reading, what you're signing, and stuff like that. But like I said, man, this is Dr. Crip, man. And I just want to take the time to tell everybody once again, for the last time, maybe, Happy New Year. Let's get this stuff together. We ain't put no more kids on. We don't have no 2024. Man, how old are you? 13. Oh, you ready to get put on the hood, huh? Yeah. I'm ready, big homie, for sure. I'm ready. Oh, you sure? Yeah. You go to school? Yeah, I go to school. Who you stay with? Your mom's, your dad? Oh, okay. So how they feel about you being in? Oh, yeah. You don't want them to know. You can't tell them you're going to be in the gang, huh? Yeah. Why go through all that in 2024, man? No more gang members. Don't put nobody else on. Why put somebody on in 2024? Now, if they got some makeups and stuff to do, work on your sickness, man. Don't do that. But no more new initiations in 2024, bro. That's what the gang interventionists right now need to work on. Get that under control. No more in 2024. No more in 2024. This Dr. Crip, man. We ending the sickness over here. End the sickness over here. 2024, no more. Dr. Crip.
Surround me, can only see the worst in me. I wish I had a witness tonight. Said he saw the best in me. I guess I'm the only one that got this testimony. When everyone else around me can only see the worst in me.